Hello everyone, my name is Disha. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to do unboxing and review of this watercolor pan set and paper from Arteza. Arteza was kind enough to send out these products to me to test out, and I'm so excited to try my hands on them. Just to let you know, I've been using their gouache paints for a while now, and I must say I'm in love with them. But this is the first time I'm trying their watercolors, so let's see how it goes. So let's take a look at the watercolors first. If you can see, this is a beautiful box. I really like their packaging. If you look at the back of the box, there are swatches of all the colors that are in the box and some more information, like there is a 20% discount that you can use this barcode and you can get 20% discount on your next purchase. Next, they have a guarantee that if your product does not perform well, you can ask for a replacement, which is really nice. As you can see, the pans come in a tin box and the quality of the box looks really nice and sturdy with a ring at the back to hold the palette while you're painting if you want to, and it looks really nice. It has all the 36 pans and a water brush in the palette. This brush looks like it's a medium-sized round brush with a very fine tip, as you can see on the screen. The bristles are secured with some gum arabic or some solution. I don't use water brush a lot because I don't feel comfortable. It's not with Arteza. I generally don't use water brush. I'll be using my normal watercolor brush for swatching these paints. You can take out these pans and you can use this area for mixing colors if you want to. This is nice. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and unwrap all these half pans and we'll be back in a moment. Okay guys, I need to mention something here that there is a confusion. The sequence on the box is not same as the sequence in the palette. So the colors are all mixed up. So what I am doing is I am going to stick the labels on the box itself in the same sequence that I have in the palette so that I don't mix up the colors. I have seen some reviews before on this set and the artists have mentioned this thing that it becomes very confusing because you can get confused after you swatch the paints and after your labels are out and you don't know which paint is which. So I'll try my best to keep the sequence as it is. Let's see how it goes. So you can see that I just stuck those labels in the same sequence in rows like 1, 2 and 3 on this box just to make sure that I am going to swatch in the same order. Let's see if this thing works. So I'll just open up the pad here and I really like their packaging because I'm saying this every time, because they have really nice packaging. They have secured the edges of the watercolors paper and it's really nice. Because most of the times what happens is when the shipment comes, there might be some damages to the paper corners. So this is a good thing. So this is a 9 by 12 watercolor pad, 300 GSM in weight, and it has two sides, like the paper can be used on both the sides. And it comes with a guarantee again that if your product doesn't work well, you can ask for a replacement. On the top, it's written 100% cotton and it's double-sided. Alright, so let's have a look at the texture of the paper. Looking at the texture, it has a little cold press because this is a cold press paper, so it has to have a texture, and it gives me a feel of Legion Stonehenge Aqua paper, somewhat like that, not exactly. And it's not very smooth and it's not very toothy, so it looks nice. Let's just try out, and I'll start with the swatching. My camera stopped working in between, so I missed out the filming of these two swatches. I am extremely sorry about that. But I'll just talk about these two colors. The first is violet and second one is magenta. And I really loved how I could, glide the colors on paper and bring them to some transparency level. If I had more space, I could have, come up with more water and made them more transparent. So I'll just go ahead and swatch other colors and will then share my thoughts on them. The third shade is deep red. Honestly speaking, it doesn't look like red to me. It's more like a burnt sienna type of a color. Overall, the color, the way it swatches is beautiful. Next is Amaranth. I think it's called Amaranth, and it's a very beautiful shade. You can see that it has a pink touch, but it's kind of a red shade, which is perfect shade for my floral paintings, I guess. I'm going to use this shade a lot. Next is Scarlet Red, which also looks like, oh, it's a very beautiful shade. You can see that how I can just add some water and it becomes beautiful. I'm not adding much water. Yeah, you can see how beautiful it is. These reds are really, really beautiful shades. Next is Cadmium Red, Light Red. It has a orange shade in it, and this is also going to be a perfect for my floral paintings. Saffron Orange, and I love this shade. I mean, I really love orange shades. Oh wow, it's a beautiful shade. Next is Chrome Orange, and to be very frank, I really find these two oranges very close to each other. Next is Golden Yellow. I must say they have a good range of yellows and orange shades in this set. And one thing that I want to mention here is this set does not contain any white. Anyways, in watercolors, we don't use white a lot. In case you want to use a white, just keep in mind that this set does not come with a white color. However, they have a black color. So black, which is called Noir. Next is this one is Aurelian Yellow, and it's quite looking like light yellow ochre, and when I add water it becomes very bright. That's beautiful. Next is Cadmium Light Yellow. I'm just gonna speed up the video because I don't want to take a lot of time. And wow, Lemon Yellow. So I'm really happy with the collection of yellow shades and red shades that they have in this set, because they are really what I look for in my florals and even botanicals, so they will be definitely useful for me. Next is Fern Green, and then we have Jade Green. I am not a very big fan of this shade. I don't know why. I don't like it much. I like it, but I don't use it. Next is Cobalt Green. Now, as you can see on the second row, the labels, the names are a little messy. This happened because I missed the position of Prussian blue while I was writing down the names. And honestly speaking, this is really confusing because I had to take like 5, 10, or maybe 15 minutes to figure out where Prussian blue's position is, and eventually I had to swap two colors in the palette itself. So I would really request Arteza to look into this matter because it is really confusing, and the colors that we see in the pans is not exactly what we see on paper, and it is confusing, yes. But overall, I really love the shades that they have used in this set, and I am really loving the texture of the paper itself. Now I'm swatching Phthalo Blue, and it really is a very beautiful shade. I really love it and use it a lot in my paintings. Then we have Indigo, and I really like it, but I am confused. Maybe I made a mistake here or what, because Indigo looks like Prussian blue and vice versa. I don't know. Maybe I messed up the colors. Next is Oxford Blue, which is a very nice purplish blue, and it has a nice vibrancy, I would say. And then we have Blue Violet, which is a little muted shade of violet. It's a nice shade. I've never seen this shade before in any palette. And then we have Sunburn Yellow. It's a very creamy yellow. I really like the shade. It's very close to sunflower shade. Then we have Naples Yellow. I'm not a fan of Naples Yellow, but this is a nice shade. Next is Yellow Ochre. It sits more towards brown than yellow. I don't know why. And yeah, otherwise it's a nice color, nice shade. Next is Persian Red, which is quite interesting. I've not seen this. I've never used such a shade before. Yeah, it's a beautiful shade. Next is Red Rust, And this one is also very interesting and a very unique color that I have seen so far. Next is burnt sienna. Burnt sienna is also a very nice shade. It's quite little lighter as I have seen other brands. I don't know what's the name. This is mahogany maybe. It looks like burnt umber to me. And then burnt umber. Burnt umber is also a nice shade. Sepia brown. It's too dark, and of course sepias are supposed to be dark. And I'm finding it little hard to, glide down with water. Next is Noir, which is the black shade. So as I mentioned before, there is no white in this palette. So if you're looking for white, just keep that in mind, please. Next is Spring Green. It's a very bright, beautiful green. And the last one is Olive Green, which came out to be my most favorite shade in this palette. The transparency levels are pretty good except for 2 or 3 shades. That is quite understandable. They are not chalky at all. If you rub your finger on the swatches, dried paints, you don't get any chalkiness there. So my overall experience with these colors and paper was really good. I'm definitely going to use them for my artworks, and I will recommend these products for any beginner to an intermediate artist. If you are looking for good quality paints and paper, Arteza has a good collection. The set and paper pad is available on their website and on Amazon. I will also put the links to them in the description below in case you would like to purchase them. Just wanted to let you know that I'm also an affiliate with Arteza. So if you buy anything using the links I have provided below, I will get a small commission from that purchase, but without any extra cost to you. That's all for now, and thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I will be coming up with more videos with some tutorials and product reviews. Until then, bye and have a wonderful weekend.